Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna break some old news, but I'm also gonna be talking about something that was brought up in a Moto Aftermath Show podcast. If you don't know, the Moto Aftermath Show is the only podcast I listen to. It's the only one I have time for listen to, the only one I cut time out of my day to listen to, because they're a little controversial, but they're fun as well. So it's a fun podcast, but I'm gonna be talking. This topic was brought up in a show from last year, the Budds Creek show from last year, their Budds Creek review show. Let me see, is it show 177 or 179 or something like that? Yeah, that's how big of a fan I am of this show that I know my numbers. I know exactly what episode each race was highlighted. Anyway, the topic they brought up here, and it actually goes along with this old news that came out just a little bit ago. I want to say, no, it was right before the Washougal National. KTM back in Europe announced that Tom Vialle would be coming to America to race Supercross and Motocross for 2023, which I didn't even know this. Tom Vialle is French until I was researching. I was reading the news and I heard he was French, and that sparked this video idea here. So yeah, my point here is, first of all, I want to talk about how Tom Vialle might do. For anyone saying, oh, he's probably going to go east because he's going to have a lot of time, that would be the smart thing to do. But honestly, actually, now I think about it, it makes more sense for him to go east. But hey, if you're going to have only him, if they're going to drop Volan, which, by the way, if KTM drops Max Volan, that would be the biggest mistake. I think this kid will do good in 2023. He just had a rough 2022. Technically, that was his first full season. Actually, no, he missed some races in 2022, but still, 2022 was really rough. But Max Volan's starting to pick up here in 2022 outdoors. Hopefully this break didn't blow his momentum. But my point here is, if KTM's smart, they'll put Max Volan on the west and Vialle on the east to give Vialle the most time possible. And if KTM's also smart, and if the French team for MX and Nations is smart, they better not put Vialle on the MX and Nations team, just so he can come to America, get adjusted to the lifestyle here, get used to everything, get used to California, because that's where I imagine he'd be training at, here in California. Get him used to that, and then, honestly, put him on the East Coast. Put Volan on the West Coast, because Volan is from California. He's from Granite Bay, California. And put Vialle on the East Coast. And yeah, leave it at that. As I think his Supercross season is going to go a lot like Ken Roczen's did in 2011. Got to block this line. Dude, Barsha is insane. If you remember, Ken Roczen came over here in 2011. I'm comparing him to Ken Roczen because I just am. Because Marvin did race Supercross. Well, he raced a little bit of motocross, I believe, in 2011, and then went full time. Oh, damn. Sorry, I am playing this while talking, so I will have some live reactions here. But Kenny and Marv were different here, because Kenny went Supercross first, and he went Supercross 2011, and then went back to the GP for outdoors that year. And then while he was in the GPs for outdoors, Muscan raced motocross in 2011, and then Muscan went full-time Supercross and motocross in 2012, and Kenny went Supercross, motocross full-time. So they kind of flip-flopped there. Marvin did outdoors first, and then moved to Supercross, and then Kenny did Kenny did Supercross first and then moved to outdoor. This is different because Vialle is coming straight into it, both at the same time. So this is going to be interesting here. First of all, I'm very happy that we have just the more guys we get from over there, just mixes it up even more. Supercross for Vialle, I think is going to be a little rough. Like I said, I think it's going to go like Ken Roxon's Supercross season did in 2011. 2011, Roxon had it a little rough, had some good finishes, and then won the final round, which the final round until 2016 was very weird. But yeah, he won the West main event in Vegas that year for his first career win. I think it's going to go a lot like that. I think Vialle can win Supercross, as far as I know, and you guys can confirm this for me, because I don't really follow GPs as big, as closely as I do the American series. I want to, but the only problem is, have no way to watch those races except for the highlights, and I don't carve time to watch a highlight. I know I'm a bad motocross fan. Anyway, I know, all I remember from Tom Vialle this year is that I don't even know what track it was. He had a big crash, and with the one where he I think he clipped something going up the face of the jump, and then got absolutely flown. Oh, about to take the lead here. You remember that? That was funny. I just laughed during that, and yeah. So that's all I remember from Tom Vialle. I don't know if he's has Supercross experience. As far as I know, he does have Supercross experience, but like I said, a little rough. Outdoors, though, he's going to be a player outdoors. And, you know what? I just thought of this, so I'm going to talk about it now. Remember what happened to Cairoli this year for the first few rounds? You got to remember, the bikes in MXGP compared to the American series, they are completely different. We're limited over here. We are limited over here to what the bikes can do. Oh, wow, that was crazy. We are limited over here to what we can do. There is what's called the production rule. I don't know when this production rule came out, but basically you got to use a production frame. Crankcase. It's like 3 parts of the bike, but basically they're pretty much production bikes over here with factory parts on them. So, and MXGP, I know they can do whatever the hell they want to the bike. MXGP are fully mod bikes. Here we have limits. So the chassis here in America and in MXGP are completely different. And by the way, if I'm getting this completely wrong, let me know down in the comments below. Please don't tell me I know nothing about bikes. I know a lot. I haven't really researched that. I just know that the bikes are different between the two series, which makes me wonder how World Supercross is going to do it. If they're going to allow the bikes to be fully modded bikes, or if they're going to have limitations. But yeah, our bikes have limitations over here, and that's why Cairoli struggled with the bike so much at the beginning of outdoors. But his starts were absolutely incredible. Tom Vialle, I've heard his starts are really good, but yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge for Tom, just because it's a new country. I don't think he's ever even been to America, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's going to be interesting here to see what Tom Vialle does. Now, in the last 10 minutes of this race here, because I'm going to try to go the full race, we're going to talk about, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I'm really sorry, I had a lot to talk about Vialle with Tom Vialle there. Now we see a trend here every time a French rider comes over, and the first French rider I remember watching was Christophe Pourcel. But we have a trend here, and this was brought up on the Moto Aftermath show. This is that topic I'm going to talk about here. French riders aren't very liked over here, and honestly, a question was brought up on that show that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Why are French riders so hated over here? The thing that you're gonna point to a French rider being absolutely hated over here was Dylan Ferrandis in 2020. Because if you remember, Dylan Ferrandis in 2020, Anaheim 2, and I was at this race, and this is absolutely crazy to hear. Remember when Ferrandis took out Craig there, and then slapped Jet Lawrence around, and then got on the podium and got booed, like severely booed, and the TV doesn't do it justice how loud that booing was, because I was at that race and that booing was crazy. I'm not one to boo riders, by the way. I respect all these riders. It's going to take a lot. Like, somebody's going to have to hurt someone or paralyze someone for me to boo. But you know what? Well, as we come up to Dylan Ferrandis there, he took out Craig, and the booing there was absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. And then Oakland, he got booed a little bit. And then San Diego, he got booed a lot. Dylan Ferrandis did. So, but that's not the only time French riders have been hated over here. Marvin Musquin got a chorus of boos when he took out Tomac that one year in 2018 Foxborough. He got a lot of boos that day. And honestly, I think the reason that French riders are hated over here, this is just, honestly, I kind of agree with what the show said. Why French riders are hated over here, think about it. I believe Jean-Michel Bell, he came over and slapped us Americas around, and won some things. Like I said, I don't believe I was born by the time Jean-Michel Bell came over, but I believe he won some. Christophe Pourcel, he comes over here, has a gnarly injury, misses all of 2008, but then comes back in 2009. He wins 2 straight 250 titles, and damn near won, had he not crashed at Paul in 2010, could have won an outdoor title too. Marvin Musquin comes over here and slaps us around and wins a 250 East title in 2015. And has done really good in the 450 class, and then we're not even going to bring up the Tomac situation. I brought it up once. That's enough. And then Dylan Ferrandis. Takes him a few years. Like all these guys, takes him a few years. But then he starts winning titles. So, and no dog on Ken Roczen. Ken Roczen, yeah, pressured Eli Tomac to buckle under pressure in 2013 250 West Supercross to win that title. But other than that, what has Ken Roczen done? Oh wait, that's right. Ken Roczen's won 450 titles. But yeah, the French riders, like Ken Roczen, I believe is the only German to come around. But yeah, these European riders, they're usually better than us, especially the French rider. I mean, no dog on us Americans, but the French riders are usually better than us. They ride better and all that stuff. So yeah, and who knows? Other than Chase Sexton, Marvin Musquin is really the only guy to beat Tomac straight up. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Chase Sexton hasn't beat Tomac straight up. Chase Sexton in Washougal pressured Tomac to crash. Yeah, Tomac still won the race, the moto, but Chase Sexton slapped his pee-pee around the next race. So yeah, French riders, French rider and European riders in general, they kind of ride better than us. Like, let me see here. Out of the past 2 years, okay? 2 years. We've had, wait, hold on. Since 2015, most of the title winners have been American. Let me calculate this here on the fly, since I have time. So we had Marvin Musquin win the 250 West title. No, I'm sorry, 250 East title in 2015. Okay, no, it was all Americans in 2016. Okay. Oh wait, was it? Oh wait, no, Roczen. So German rider. So there's one European rider. 2017, all Americans. 2018, I believe that one was all Americans too. But Marvin gave Tomac a run for his money. And then Marvin kind of gave Tomac a run for his money. Oh, that's kind of what Marvin did in Foxborough, let's be real. Marvin kind of gave Anderson a run for his money in Supercross. So, damn near Marvin won some title. 2019, no, Dylan Ferrandis, so that's 2. And then 2020, 4, 5. So, I want to say about 5 title winners have been European riders. And 3 of them have been French. And that's Dylan Ferrandis. And let's be real. How many people picked Tomac to win? Tomac or Cinturó to win 2021? And guess what? Dylan Ferrandis won that title. And damn, probably could have repeated this year had he not gotten hurt. You can argue me that all day long. I still believe Ferrandis would have the points lead right now. If he was in it. We'll see what he does at Unadilla. Go watch my Unadilla preview show. Anyway, yeah, French riders in particular usually come over here and throw a wrench in guys' plans. So I think that's why they're not liked, honestly. And who knows? Maybe Cairoli comes in and wins Bud's Creek, or maybe Ferrandis gets the overall in one of these next 4 races. I just don't know. I hope the new crop of kids that are coming in. Other news, Chance Hymas not going pro at one of the 4 races. His Loretta's was absolute garbage, so good on him. That's about all I have here today. Tom Vialle coming to America. This is going to be interesting here. I think he'll win in 2023. At least he'll win 1. He'll be a player outdoors, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this.